So that's kind of what it is, but kids yeah.
Within secular education from schools, is it halachically permitted to study works that involve stories of the Greek gods, such as plays from the Odyssey?
Yeah. So this is interesting. In standard curricula of schools, let's say public schools, part of what is studied, although I don't know why exactly, is Greek mythology, Greek and Roman mythology. And all of these are about the small g gods, Zeus, Jupiter, right? Zeus is the Greek name, Jupiter is the Roman name, the Latin name, and all of their mishugas. Of course, they're not very godly. I mean, they're basically a bunch of degenerates who happen to have superpowers. I mean, it's almost like reading a comic book about these superheroes who rape and steal and do all sorts of disgusting things. I mean, they're not really paragons of virtue, but they are portrayed as very powerful creatures. Now, we know there is a halacha we're not supposed to read books of Avodah Zarah because we might be nimshach to Avodah Zarah. One should not read the Christian Bible unless it's necessary for anti-missionary work or whatever. So the question is, would Greek mythology fall under the prohibition of Sifrei Avodah Zarah? So Rav Moshe Feinstein has a tshuva on this. Rav Moshe Feinstein actually says a very interesting thing. He actually says, for religions that are extinct, defunct, nobody practices, there is no longer an issur to read about them because you're not going to become a worshiper of Zeus or Minerva or Diana or whatever it is. Meaning, it's dangerous to read Christian books. Yeah, because maybe you'll become a Christian. God forbid, there are Jews who become Christians in practice. But if you read Greek mythology, you're not going to become a worshiper of the Greek gods. Nobody believes in that stuff. So Rav Moshe actually says that even though it's shtus, it's hevel, there may not be anything meaningful to it, but it would not fall within the prohibition of Sifrei Avodah Zarah. So that's very, very interesting. So you can read about ancient work. By the way, many of you might know Rabbi Reuven Klein. Do you know Reuven Chaim Klein? He teaches here sometimes. He wrote two books. He wrote a book on the history of Hebrew, which is very kedai. But then he wrote another book describing all types of avodah zarahs, because in Tanakh, in the Torah, and in Nevi'im and Ksuvim, you have the Baal, you have the Asherah, you actually have different types of idols that are being discussed. Now, most of us have no idea how one is different than the other. We go, this is avodah zarah. But he actually did research to tell you exactly how this idol was worshipped, and this idol was worshipped, and this idol was worshipped, and what it represented. And he had to delve into these inyanim of avodah zarah, but it was in order to better understand the Torah. And there's no problem because nobody is going to become a worshiper of Baal. God forbid a person to become a worshiper of Yashka. That is possible. But these extinct gods, they're long gone. Nobody's going to go to them. So that would be the heter. Yeah.